subject that I want to cover today is a very important topic for me and many of my friends, and that's the topic of mental health. Okay, the reason that this topic came up is because one of my really good friends that I've known for 10 years, he was one of the first people I ever met when I first joined the Army, okay, 10 years ago. He and I deployed together. He ended up doing an additional tour in Afghanistan, and I found out that this last Sunday he regrettably took his own life. So it's been really difficult because it's something that it's in the back of our minds all the time. Like, at least in the Army, it's a topic that's covered very frequently. It's a topic that we go over all the time, and even though we were across the country from each other, we still kept in very close contact. We would talk weekly about fitness and how terrible, certain locations for the Army are. So, excuse me. So, when I found out that he took his own life, it was a big shock. And everyone that I'm still friends with from that first unit 10 years ago, we all were just completely taken back. We couldn't believe that, someone so happy, that was always smiling, that was always in a good mood, was battling something inside that just overwhelmed him. And that's the reason for today's topic also. My fiance had to go to the hospital Saturday morning, and she had to have surgery. She had to have, her glands cleared up. It's kind of like kidney stones, but for your salivary glands. That's what the doctor said. So the surgery was successful, and she's recovering now. But the topic, mental health, okay. It is extremely important that you just always take care of yourself first. I don't care about your job. I don't care about your spouse. I don't care about your pets or your friends or your vehicle. You have to take care of yourself first, always. When I was a young boy, I had this gas-powered RC car, and my dad spent a lot of money on it. And growing up, my parents didn't have much, but they always tried to provide for me. So one day I let a friend of mine play with the RC car. He ended up crashing and bending the frame. So, understandably, my dad was really upset. And he told me this. He said, nobody is going to take care of your toys like you are going to take care of your toys. And I've kind of applied that to life and physical health, mental health, spiritual health. Okay, nobody is going to take care of you like you. So with that said, put your mental health first, always, okay? Because if you've lost someone, then you know the pain. If it's been by suicide or accident or illness, then you know the pain, okay? And some of the things that you can do to remain mentally strong are talking to somebody. Okay, that's the biggest one. There's such a stigma with talking to somebody about your mental health and how you're feeling and those scary thoughts that you may be having. But ultimately, it's something that it's totally okay. I've been in the Army 10.5 years, and I've had suicidal thoughts. And I don't know if this is a safe topic for YouTube, but I deem it necessary and important to talk about this stuff. I have had these thoughts, and I ended up calling one of my best friends, who I consider a brother, and we were on the phone for about 4 hours. And I'm here today, so obviously that didn't happen. And my life has improved because I had to find that mental trap that I was getting myself into. That mental trap of just constant negativity. And I felt like everything was going wrong. I felt like everything was my fault. I felt like nobody wanted me around and nobody appreciated me. And you have to value yourself before anybody else can value you. And so once I realized that, I started to just really change my perspective on life and looking at every bad thing or any negative thing that happened to me as an obstacle to improve or become better or become stronger. I looked at it as like a mental challenge. And that's what I want you guys to do. I need you guys to be mentally stable, mentally strong, and resilient, because things with COVID and maybe unemployment, or you're worried if you're going to have a home to stay in, all that stuff can be detrimental to your health, because just so much stress, you feel like you're in a bottomless pit. But it's not. You can get through it. I promise you, you can. And this friend of mine, I spoke to him the week of, and then on Sunday, he took his life. And I found out from my ex-wife, because we all knew each other, in my first duty station. He knew my family. I actually met his family, and we deployed together in 2011 to Iraq, and he was just such a good person. And I never would have seen this coming from him, to be honest. And you don't really appreciate the gravity of what someone's going through until something like this happens. And it's just really sad. And the last thing I want is for any of you to feel that way. So I need you all to understand that you're a badass, right? Just like that other video I made. You have to be mentally tough and resilient. And then another way you can keep yourself from having these thoughts is find a hobby or explore a new hobby. Okay, go to the gym. If you can't go to the gym, work out outside. If it's too cold, if it's raining, work out inside. Do some air squats, some push-ups, because it's been proven that working out releases that feel-good endorphins. Okay, and that's a contributing factor for happiness. I'm not going to say that that's the only thing that'll make you happy, but it will uplift your mood. And if fitness is not your thing, that's fine. Find another hobby. Maybe it's collecting Pokemon cards or baseball cards or football cards. It's my stomach. Take up carpentry or organize your house. Okay, there's an infinite number of things that you can do to keep your brain occupied so that those thoughts don't creep in. Okay, because at the end of the day, a life lost is a life lost, no matter how. But if you're going through so much pain, the best advice I can give you is to talk to somebody. Please, for the love of God, talk to somebody. It could be a health professional. It could be a colleague, a coworker, a friend, a complete stranger. Okay, you can call the suicide prevention number, and you can talk to someone completely anonymous. I've done it, and they listen. They perception, it sounded like they cared. Okay, so there's always an option, right? To keep on living, it's always a choice. Because no matter what, life is going to be difficult. You're going to get over one hurdle, and there's going to be another. And then you're going to come across an obstacle. You're going to overcome that obstacle, and then there's going to be another obstacle. Life is hard. It's not easy. If it was meant to be easy, then we would just be sluggish, lazy, soft individuals. My God, my stomach's really going. But we're not. Okay, we're tough. Physically and mentally tough. You have to keep reminding yourself of that, because if not, every little thing is just it's gonna feel like you have so much just weight on top of you. You gotta get rid of it. Okay, you can't take everything personal. You can't take every little thing as if it's an attack directed at you. Okay, life is gonna punch you, and you gotta learn to roll with the punches. Okay? I know that y'all are tough, and I know that y'all are resilient. I've read it in the comments. You guys are full of love. You guys are full of just energy and happiness and joy. Talk to each other. This is one of the most positive communities I have ever seen and ever been a part of. And if you can't talk to anybody, reach out to me. I will talk to you. If I'm not working or talking to my son, I will message you. I'm on my phone a lot of the times, and I will message you, and we can talk back and forth. But at the end of the day, I need you guys to be really tough and resilient. Okay, you can't let life beat you down. And you can't let other people's opinion of you, you can't let their thoughts about you change who you are and beat you down to that point, okay? Because suicide is never the right answer, okay? It may end your pain and your suffering, but I've been talking to my friend's aunt, and she's devastated. The whole family is just completely taken back. Just imagine all the pain you're going to leave behind. For your friends and your family that you think don't miss you aren't going to miss you, but in reality they are. Okay, so this is ASMR Soldier telling you to be strong, build resiliency, and remember, I've got your 6. Y'all have a good night.